Welcome to the best of high school sports in Northern California. We are the Bee Prep Show.
And we're coming to you from the downtown studios of the Sacramento Bee.
Welcome back for another edition of the Bee Prep Show. I'm Mike Finnerty, joined as always by Joe Davidson of the Sacramento Bee. Glad to be here at the offices in downtown Sacramento, the Sacramento Bee, the home office, so to speak. And Joe, by the way, your place of employment here for the last 26 years.
I have a cot right over there.
I believe it. Well, in this show, we've got baseball, we've got softball, we've got Bee All Metro, which came out last week. We're going to talk about our players of the year. We've got interviews galore, whole lot going on. Joe, we're going to kind of take a deep breath, though. We're going to have highlights here in a few minutes. And as we get more into the Bee Metro, it's always a big week.
Yeah, and we're talking about the basketball Bee All Metro teams that we cap every season. Football season, Bee All Metro. Basketball season, All Metro. And we're going to talk about how we select these teams, and we're going to have highlights, B-roll, as you call it in your line of work, for some of the top players with a behind-the-scenes look as they went down for their studio shoot in this very building. And then we're also going to show you a little segment on the best player in Northern California and how good he might be, and he might be in the NBA. But first, Mike, spring is here. We've been in the gym for most of the last few weeks. You've been outside a little bit more than I have. Some baseball, softball, both sports are big in this Sac Joaquin section, big in Northern California. No state championships for those sports, but section championships will be here before we know it, just in a matter of weeks. So, how about some highlights?
We've got highlights. It was big-time baseball last week with several tournaments around the area, and we've got some of your championship highlights. We lead off our highlights with the Allegiant Giving Tournament Championship held at Folsom Lake College. It's the Del Oro Golden Eagles looking for its 6th straight win, taking on the Vista Del Lago Eagles, a team unbeaten on the season at 11-0. Early on in this one, it was the pitching and defense for both teams that kept the game scoreless through 3, but that would change in the 4th. With Landon Mitchell on second, Vista Del Lago's Josh Winkler rips this shot to the gap. That'll bring home Mitchell around 3rd and into home for the game's first run in a 1-0 Eagles lead. 5th inning now, and it's Del Oro's turn to answer as Joe Raymond singles to left. That'll bring home Colton Steinhauer from 3rd, and just like that, we're all tied at 1. To the 6th, 2-on, when Dalton Hereford of Del Oro lays down a nice bunt. That'll move runners to 2nd and 3rd. Moments later, a Vista Del Lago pitch gets away, and then we've got chaos. Bryce Beauchamp gets back to 3rd safely, but then Jesse Toss looks hung up between 2nd and 3rd. That's going to allow Beauchamp to make a run for home. He's safe, putting Del Oro up 2-1. Still batting, Del Oro tacks on another with this Travis Glenn fly to right. Vista makes the catch, but it's enough to score Toss from 3rd, and it's now 3-1 Del Oro. Vista Del Lago would add a run in the 6th, cut the lead to 3-2, so we take you to the home half of the 7th. Del Oro looking to put this away, but Nick Brown comes through for the Eagles. The hit to right, that's going to score Vincent Valentine. That ties this game at 3-all, and we're going to extras. After a scoreless 8th, we're going to go to the 9th, 2-on, when Joe Raymond sends this ball to the left center gap. In comes Glenn, followed by Brett Mack around 3rd and into home to make it 5-3 Del Oro. Raymond was hurt on the slide into 2nd. He would not finish the game. So looking to end this one, Trevor Whitley takes the hill for Del Oro, and he blanks Vista in the bottom half of the 9th. Great catch here by Jeffrey Henry to end it as Del Oro holds on for the 5-3 win, the tournament championship, and a great way to finish off the spring break before getting back to league play this week.
We just kept fighting, and you know, the longer we went, we needed a big hit, and luckily we got it, and we played defense to finish it out.
Man, Joe had a clutch hit in the 9th inning, I think, and stepped up for us. We've been talking about how gritty we want to be this year, and Jeff Henry pitched a great game, showed some real good grit, and just couldn't close it, but we got some team plays down the stretch, and it really helped us.
Now to the Woodland Easter Tournament and the championship game held at Clark Field in Woodland, where the Christian Brothers Falcons advanced the final to take on the red-hot Woodland Wolves, winners of 7 straight coming in. We'll pick it up in the top of the 3rd. Christian Brothers batting when Anthony Calderon grounds to short. Can't get the runner at 1st. Joe McNamara scores, putting the Falcons on top at 1-0. Bottom of the inning, Woodland up, runner at 3rd, 2 outs. When this pitch gets away, that'll bring home Nolan Dollar. and we're all tied up at 1 apiece. In the meantime, some solid pitching from starters on both teams. James McCauley throwing for Christian Brothers, and for Woodland, it was Robert Rodriguez, equally as strong through 4 complete. In the 5th, Woodland with 2 on when Eli Hernandez grounds to first, but the throw home gets away. In comes Daniel Bristow, followed by Dollar, and now Woodland has its first lead of the game, this at 3-1. Big inning in the 6th for Christian Brothers, putting on 2 early. A grounder to second brings home Jeremy Wackman. That cuts the Woodland lead to 3-2. Still batting, it's Colton Wackman with the grounder to short. The throw to first is good, but it allows Calderon to score from third. And once again, we're all tied up, this time at 3-all. Falcons not done. Keone Mark, he's going to hit this one a shallow left. That brings home Jacob Sandlin, and this 3-run 6 put Christian Brothers up 4-3, but Woodland is unfazed. In the bottom of the 7th, game now tied 4-all, bases loaded, when Jaime Arias Bautista, he draws the walk. That brings home Rodriguez for the game winner, lifting Woodland to a 5-4 win in the tournament title, making that 8 straight wins for the Wolves, who get back to league play in the Tri-County this week.
Great win for us, obviously, at our own place here. Like you said, we were here last year against Jesuit, tough one there. This year we had a chance. We had an opportunity here, and we made the best of it at the end of the game here.
Del Oro is members of the Sierra Foothill League, always so strong in football, basketball, now with baseball with Oak Ridge of El Dorado Hills. You've profiled the Trojans as well and other teams there. Woodland's been a factor since the beginning of time. Dustin Pedroia, the all-star standout for the Boston Red Sox, is from Woodland. He was our B Player of the Year in 2001. Softball around here as well is big time.
It is, and I had a chance to see 2 of some of the best teams in our area, the Pioneer Patriots playing host to the Casa Roble Rams. And finally, we'll wrap up our highlights with some softball. The 9-4 Casa Roble Rams on the road in Woodland to square off against the 12-1 Pioneer Patriots, a good non-league test for both teams. We're going to get you to the 2nd inning. Rams up 1-0 when Sammy Aguilar drives this one deep. That'll bring home Amanda Loya and Natalie Marderos. She's safe there. It's now 3-0 Casa as Aguilar finishes with a triple. Looking for more, Naomi Terraza singles to left. That's going to bring home Aguilar. And all of a sudden, Casa is up 4-0. To the 3rd, Pioneer finally gets on the board with 2 on. This pass ball will score 2, cutting the Casa lead to 4-2 after 3 complete. Rams tack on a run in the top half of the 5th to go up 5-2. But the home half of the inning would prove to be big for the Patriots. With the bases loaded, Pioneers' Aaron LaPelt sends a sharp grounder up the middle. That to the gap. It'll clear the bases to tie the game at 5-all as LaPelt, she's going to finish with a triple. The next batter is Aaron's sister, McKenna, and she brings home Aaron with a base hit, giving Pioneer its first lead of the game at 6-5 as this game moves to the 6th. In the 6th, the Rams add 2 more runs to take the lead back at 7-6, but as you might expect, Pioneer counters with a run in the home half of the inning to tie it at 7-all. So here we go, bottom of the 7th, 2 out, all tied at 7 when Aaron LaPelt steps up plate and sends his pitch to straightaway center. That is gone. Aaron LaPelt with a walk-off solo homer to win it in the final inning, 8-7, as Pioneer improves to 13-1 on the season, rolling right along.
I was super nervous to hit, and I felt it off the bat. It was just great.
So much more coming up here on the B Prep Show as we bring you the very best in high school sports. We're going to give you a little flash peek at some of the all-metro honors in high school basketball in this region, with some highlights and all that, and some more.
Yeah, we are going to catch up with one of the more talented 2-sport athletes, just a sophomore out in Placer County. You'll meet him, and we'll bring you our Von Hausen Stars of the Week, our school's financial credit union game on athlete. We got it all. Stick around.
This is your RAM Auto Update.
Just in, the classic term used car is old-fashioned, outdated, and no longer of any particular relevance. Let's party. The Roseville Auto Mall is throwing a massive factory-certified pre-owned sales event. That means incredible savings on just about every kind of car in the world. All factory certified. It's happening now. It's going fast. In layman terms, skedaddle. The Roseville Auto Mall, driven to be the best.
In 1952, we opened our first market in the Central Valley. 63 harvests have come and gone since then, but we're still here. Because here, roots matter, and not just the ones pulled from the ground. but the ones that keep us grounded. The ones that make sure we'll always stay that hardworking family that started a market for other hardworking families. Save Mart. Roots matter.
We want to thank our title sponsor, Save Mart Supermarkets. Shop Save Mart up and down the Central Valley.
Welcome back to the very best of high school sports in Northern California. We are the B Prep Show, and before we talk B All Metro, little tease right there on how we picked the teams and some highlights and what made some of these players so unique. Let's talk two-sport athlete in Placer County.
Well, we're going from basketball to baseball right now this season, so I thought it'd be a good chance to catch up with Darren Nelson, a two-sport star out of Granite Bay, basketball and baseball.
Big guy.
Yeah, he's a big guy, and here's our chat. It's part of our school's financial credit union Game On Athlete of the Week. When it comes to two-sport athletes at Granite Bay, no one stands taller, literally, than 6'8" sophomore Darren Nelson, but there's more to Nelson than just height. He's got talent as well. In 2 years on the varsity basketball team, Nelson has quickly become a force at center. However, being a pitcher in baseball is where he sees his future, and he now intends on playing both sports throughout high school, although that wasn't the plan going in.
When I was going in like 8th grade, I wasn't really excited for basketball season, but now high school season, I mean the league and all that, it's so fun. It's really exciting to get ready for basketball, and then right after basketball you have baseball, so I mean I'm excited for both.
Before Nelson came along, there was his sister Lindsay, a 2011 graduate and two-sport athlete, and then came his sister Taylor, a 6-foot senior setter in volleyball who led the Grizzlies to a Division I state championship in 2013 and was named Gatorade State Player of the Year and is now playing at Cal Poly, and you can bet the competition ran deep in this family.
We were really competitive. We got in a lot of fights. We were always arguing. None of us liked to lose, even Lindsay. Lindsay was a big competitor who's an older one, but me and Taylor would go to work out together and it would always push each other, and it was awesome to see how hard she would work, and she would go before school, go after school. She worked incredibly hard, so it's good to see it pay off for her.
As for Nelson's height and always being perceived as older than he really is, well, he's just used to it now.
I mean, the only annoying thing really is when people come up to me and ask me how tall I am, because I get it like 10 times a day. But I kind of got used to it over the years. It wasn't as bad when I was younger, but now it's just like, how old are you, 20? I'm like, no, I'm 16. I'm just very tall. I don't know where I got it from, but I'm kind of getting used to it, so it's not that big of a deal.
With the demands of two sports and academics, Nelson likes a slower pace when he has some free time.
I like to go out fishing with my dad. My dad loves fishing. We love going out there, hanging out with friends. I mean, we're always, even with my friends, we're always competing. Like, let's go play a pickup basketball game. Let's go hit balls. It's always evolved around sports. We don't really do much. Some video games, but it's a lot of fun just hanging out with friends, going fishing, just doing all that stuff.
So with what is expected to be a battle for the Sierra Foothill League baseball title this spring, Nelson likes his team's talent and its ability to compete.
It is a lot different. We have a lot of scrappy kids. We have a ton of pitching. I mean, our staff we have a lot of good pitchers. And then hitting, that's going to come along. We're still kind of a little inconsistent with it, but we have a ton of great hitters where everyone will scrap, everyone will play their heart out, which is awesome to see, so it's a lot of fun.
All right, Mike, good stuff there. You were dwarfed by the big man. A big man with a humble, genuine spirit. Certainly knows that his sister was the best athlete in that family. Neat that he likes to fish, and yes, he is a big guy. Everybody asks him about that, but nice to see there. And he can have a dominating career, and kudos for multi-sporting.
Yeah, you know, the plan when he came into high school last year is he was, you know, maybe I'll play basketball for 1 year and then I'm going to focus on baseball. He's a pitcher, as you saw. Well, he's had so much success and he's such an impact player. I don't think he'll ever, at least I don't think so, I don't think he'll ever switch his main sport from baseball to basketball, but you never know. We didn't talk about that, but he has turned out to be an impact guy.
And there's another guy in the Sacramento region who's similar to him, and Matt Manning of Sheldon High School in the Oak Grove Unified School District. Terrific basketball player, was a member of one of our All-Metro basketball teams. 6'5" forward, also a power pitcher, and he had a no-hitter in a recent Fresno Easter tournament. Yeah. So that kid's got two sports. They love them both, so it's hard to give one up. We've talked to coaches over the years in college and professional coaches, and they said multi-sporting is good for your soul, it's good for the different muscles in your body, and it avoids burnout. So the more you play, the better.
Yeah, I totally agree. So good to see the success he is having, and we know he's going to make an impact with Granite Bay, the baseball team this spring. All right, Joe, last week, the B All Metro basketball teams came out, boys and girls, and always a lot of fun. Players of the Year, as you can see here, Jordan Ford of Folsom, Gigi Garcia of McClatchy, and as it says, I really like this that you got here, Team came first. And when you and I work on these, you've been doing this, like I said, for 26 years. But when we work on this, we emphasize the team's success.
Yeah, and it's not about statistics. And wins and losses are great because the playoffs really are the barometer. But for Gigi Garcia, class, charisma, and a state champion, that really helps put her over the top. Jordan Ford was such a good character. I think it's great parenting for both of them. Jordan Ford is consoling players that he beat in the playoffs. It's okay, you hang in there. And then when his team lost to Bishop O'Dowd in the NorCal Open Division semifinals, he's consoling his teammates. That to me is terrific leadership and character. And there's the back page there as well. Fun to do, and so many good players. Let's go over some of these teams really quick.
Want to start with the boys first?
Well, let's go with the girls.
Let's go with the girls. I like it.
I'm going to defer to you. We had 2 first-team girls from the same school, the B&B girls from Bradshaw Christian, a powerhouse small school there. Those names, and what do you like about them?
Erica Bean, Jordan Bell, both out of Bradshaw Christian, as you mentioned. Guards, although Bell plays more forward. Bell going to UNLV, Bean going to the University of Utah. So they're D1 players, so you know they're good. Some people say, hey, they don't have the schedule that some of these Ds. No, they're legit. They're talented. And Joe, they won a championship yet again, so they are winners. Talented group. And then let's keep it going. How about Lauren Hine of Del Oro, another senior in this group? Great year last year, impact player, forward. She could play a little center. Can do it all. And
very good. And Oak Ridge had Isamar Conde, a family of tradition there for Oak Ridge. She had an older sister who played and brother who played. Steve White is a championship coach there. Lost to McClatchy in the NorCal final, so no shame there. Kim Schmelz of Pleasant Grove in Elk Grove, terrific player, could score, could run the floor, could rebound, all those things. So if you want to see more of those girls all-metro teams, it's sacb.com. How about 2 players from the same team on the first team All-Metro for the boys in Placer County, the Wood Creek Timberwolves?
Well, 2 very good ones, we might add. Freshman Jordan Brown, the big man, as we call him, big kid this year.
6'9" and growing.
What an impact he made. And, of course, Noah Blackwell, just a pure all-around talent going to Long Beach State. And how lucky was Wood Creek to get Brown, team him up with Blackwell, and they make that great run. A great year for the Timberwolves.
And got to the NorCal Championship, lost to San Ramon Valley, which went on to win the state championship in double overtime, so not bad. And remember, Wood Creek beat Powerhouse De La Salle in Concord in a semifinal there. Isaiah Bailey. What a terrific player, big, strong body, prolific scorer for the Jesuit Marauders, an excellent football player as well, good high-character kid. Could score baseline, could score jumpers, could score posting up, running the floor. What a player. Not sure where he's going to go, if it's a junior college or 4-year college, but this kid can play. He could light it up.
Oh, and a great kid, too. And what a player that he was for them these last few years. He had some great team success last year. Marquise Chris, how about him out? The big center out of Pleasant Grove. You know, a few years back, I think as a sophomore, he won a state championship. But watching this year, I had a chance to see him about 2 or 3 times, and you know, he really shoots the ball well. It's not just dunks. It's not just the inside. He's got some touch. He's going to University of Washington next year. Legit first team.
Yeah, and he could play the high post and pass. So he's got a good instinct on seeing the floor. He's got good skills there. And I think when he gets with Washington, he's going to up his game. He's going to be even better. And another banger, you always need bangers on a first-team All-Metro Sacramento Bee team, Solomon Young of Sacramento High School. He's got the great hair. He's got the great body. He runs the floor. He's only a junior. He could block shots. This guy is an animal, and look out next year.
Yeah, he, along with Christian Terrell, that 1-2 punch continues again as seniors next year. They're just so good. And Young, you see Young, he doesn't even look like he's a junior. He looks like he's in senior in college. So Coach Swafford's got talent coming back. Congratulations to all of them, by the way. All great selections.
Yeah, and our first team, second team, third team, all the charts are the same by design because they're all interchangeable. Whether you're an honorable mention, first team, second team, third team, you're an all-metro player for life, no matter what team you're on, and it's neat to see. And and so many of these are underclassmen, so good stuff.
Yeah, I agree. All right, Joe, only halfway through this show. When we come back, we've got more basketball, more chatter, more everything. We're going to talk high school sports. Stick around.
There's a history you feel when you visit any of the Von Hausen automotive dealerships. You'll sense the quality of Mercedes-Benz, and you'll experience the low-pressure atmosphere that comes from 2 generations of family ownership. Mercedes-Benz of Sacramento, Mercedes-Benz of El Dorado Hills, and Mercedes-Benz of Rockland. 3 great reasons to drive one of the world's best automobiles. Come feel the difference or visit vonhausen.com.
We'd like to thank our sponsors, starting with Save Mart Supermarkets, where fresh comes first. Shop at Save Mart up and down the Central Valley. Schools Financial Credit Union, banking for everyone, value, convenience, and emerging technology. Von Hausen Automotive Group, celebrating 50 years with Mercedes-Benz. Stop dreaming and start driving. Roseville Auto Mall. If you're looking for a used car, go to the Roseville Auto Mall with over 6,000 vehicles to choose from. And Les Schwab Tires. Since 1952, we promise we'll get you more for your money.
Welcome back to the very best in high school sports in Northern California. Big emphasis right here in Sacramento, our headquarters here. We are the B Prep Show, and we talked all Metro basketball, those players. We got more on those players with highlights as we go out of the next couple of segments here. But let's talk about our unofficial and official Northern California Player of the Year is Ivan Rabb of Bishop O'Dowd in Oakland. What a man, what a body, what a talent. We saw him in a state championship at Cal. They beat longtime national power Mater Dei. As of this taping, we still don't know where he's going to go to college. I'm thinking it's going to be Cal. Wow, what a boost it would be for the Bears. But you saw him as a guy trying to get highlights. What is it that makes him so exciting?
Two things stood out to me, really. He's very calm. He's very poised. I could tell, Mater Dei in the state championship was trying to get under his skin a little bit, very composed. And again, you know why he's one of the best in the country, because he can shoot it, he can dunk it. He just has the complete package. He's going to be a one-and-doner wherever he ends up in college, I'm sure of it. Just a complete talent. I think he's got a chance to improve, Joe. I think you're right.
And he will improve.
Yeah,
he's a guy who could add strength, and you could always work on your handling.
6'11".
And 6'11", and very well-spoken, very polite. Didn't want to announce his college choice after the state championship because he wanted it to be his team's moment. So how about that? First time for Bishop O'Dowd to win a state championship since 1981. That's a long-time powerhouse program. It's hard to win because the Southern California teams are so strong. So Ivan Rabb is our Sacramento B Prep Show Northern California Player of the Year.
Yeah.
He's going to be the state Player of the Year as well. But just thought we'd throw a little bit more in there because we like his character, we like his talent and all that. So wow for him, big time.
And staying on Bishop O'Dowd just for another moment, I was so impressed with Paris Austin and what type of player he is for that team. And you saw it in the state championship game. He was as much of a factor in how that team went and its success in that game as even Rabb was. I mean, he's going to Boise State. So we got to give a shout out to Paris Austin because he was a huge part of that team.
Absolutely. And in the Northern California Open Division semifinals, Bishop O'Dowd beat Folsom, our Sacramento B #1 team. And Mike Wall, the Folsom coach, said that was the most dominating, take-control effort for a high school guard he's ever seen. And he was talking about Paris Austin, who just took over.
All right, Joe, one more segment to go. We're going to have our Von Hausen Stars of the Week, and we'll put a wrap on this show.
Shoot it. No. Don't give it to this kid.
A credit union is a not-for-profit member-owned financial institution. Can your bank say that? Demand more from your financial institution. Make the switch to Schools Financial Credit Union for low loan rates, state-of-the-art technology, making accounts accessible anytime, anywhere, and more ATMs than most major banks. Anyone who lives, works, or worships in Sacramento and its surrounding counties is eligible to join. Be part of the credit union difference and bank happily ever after with Schools.
We want to thank our title sponsors, Save Mart Supermarkets. Shop Save Mart up and down the Central Valley.
And we're back, bringing you the very best of high school sports in Northern California. We are the B Prep Show, and before we get to the news and notes segment, where we're going to specifically talk about where some of our noted athletes are in the NFL, in the NBA, Major League Baseball, our favorite segment.
Yeah, we like to honor 2 athletes every week, and we do it with our Von Hausen Stars of the Week. This week's Von Hausen Stars of the Week are Joe Raymond of Del Oro and Aaron Lepelt of Pioneer. Raymond, a 6'1", 180-pound shortstop for the Golden Eagles, played a key role in Del Oro's 5-3 win over Vista Del Lago in the Allegiant Giving Tournament Championship. Raymond went 2 for 5 with 3 RBIs and a double, but it was the 2 RBI double in the top of the 9th that proved to be the game winner. As for Lepelt, a senior outfielder for the Patriots, she had 2 key hits on Pioneer's 8-7 win over Casa Roble. Down 4-0 early, Lepelt ripped a bases-clearing triple in the 5th to tie it at 5-all. And then the bottom of the 7th, Lepelt crushed a walk-off solo homer to give Pioneer its 13th win of the season.
All right, Mike, good stuff as always. And if this show was around for many years, we might have had a Ryan Anderson as a Star of the Week. He's in the NBA, as is Matt Barnes. He's out of Del Campo High School. He's a starter. I think he's a ringer, really, for the L.A. Clippers. They'll be a deep threat in the playoffs. He was the first time I saw a freshman impact player in varsity. Now it's everywhere. Yeah. And Jordan Brown is doing it now for Wood Creek as a freshman. You think, geez, that's new trend. Well, Matt Barnes started that in the late 1990s. How about some baseball moving, shuffling with some local guys?
Yeah, you and I, a couple months back, caught up with Andrew Susak of the San Francisco Giants. Well, he's going to start off his season with the Sacramento River Cats, that new affiliation. So he'll be down there. Who knows how long?
Andrew Susak certainly knows how to get to Rayleigh Field. He's from Roseville, Jesuit High School standout. His family's going to be excited because now the River Cats are affiliated with the Giants. That was a change that happened in the offseason, and big bonus for fans. You know, the fans just love the Giants. All right, some NFL news. Lance Briggs, Sacramento Bee Player of the Year 1998 out of Elk Grove High School, is on the move, no longer with the Chicago Bears. Might be a San Francisco 49er. Does he have much left in the tank? He thinks so. We think so. I think it would be neat for him, and that was a team he followed growing up, but he's later in his career, and really, how much do you have left? And the 49ers need some help.
Yeah, so that's really an update on all the locals. We would like to see him with the Niners, though, kind of like with Susak coming back to play near home. All right, Joe, we'd mentioned we'd cover basketball in and out. We're going to really get to baseball, softball, all the spring sports hard this week. Ton going on. We're going to have really some great league races. We talked about the Delta, always tough. Sierra Foothill, always tough. There's some other good league races out there, so we're going to have that, highlights, interviews for the rest of the way. It's going to be fun. All right, folks, you want to see this show? You do so by tuning in to Tuesday's edition on Comcast Sportsnet California. The B Prep Show airs at 4:30. Sometimes it re-airs on Wednesdays and Thursdays, maybe Fridays. But if you miss the show, good news is you can see it online.
Easy to find, sacb.com. We have everything there. We've got old show links. We've got new show links. We've got photo galleries, stories, all Metro packages, because we appreciate the fun that is high school sports.
That's right. All right, folks, thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.